All right, I'm here with Gary van Staden. Gary, you've been in the amateur ranks for a while now. How's things going?
Things are going good. Thank you for having me on the show. Everything's going good. I think we had about good 2 years in the amateurs, and it went quite well. I went up on my record, sitting about 8-1 now, 8 wins, 1 loss. It was actually a controversial loss, but anyway. And it's looking on the upside. I got a nice 5 KO streak on there as well, which is power, especially moving now into the pros next year under Pete's guidance. And everything's looking on the uphill.
Yeah, that's quite impressive because, amateur ranks 3 rounds. You got to get in there quickly and, go about your business. So what is it that setting up your knockouts? Is it down to Peter's training methods? Is it just that you have this natural, power punching?
Maybe a bit of both. I like to have as humble as I am, I like to have a bit of an ego saying, I've got some power in my punch. But the number one reason why I box, the way I box is under Pete's guidance. Like I said, he's my trainer, he's my promoter, he's my manager. So he's the boss of the game, and he's the boss of my game plan in a fight. So when I go into the amateur fights, even though unfortunately you couldn't be at almost any of them because he's a pro coach, they don't allow the pro coaches in the amateurs. But we would build up before a fight. In the week of the fight, we would build up a game plan. We would try study as much of boxing as we could. But unfortunately in the amateurs, as you know, you don't have a set opponent. We go there and weigh in. They hopefully match you, and then you get the fight on the day, and on the day, okay, I'm fighting this guy, and then you go fight.
And sort of like the landscape has changed. Peter says, after 2-3 years, he wants you guys to go pro, he wants to start pushing, but you guys train here in the gym with the pros as well. So I suppose you get high-level sparring all the time. You actually might be very well conditioned for the pro ranks. How do you feel about potentially turning pro next year?
Hayden, I'm very excited to turn pro. I've been wanting to turn pro since I started.
Okay.
I mean, the first day I came into this gym with my dad, because my dad was actually training me before for self-defense, and that's especially in school,
Yeah.
So then when we decided it's time to go to a real gym, I got to the gym. The first thing I said to Pete was, Pete, I want to be a pro boxer. And then he started training me private lessons on the side of my own for a bit, built me up to a level, and now Safat, so my teammate and I, been here for 4 years. Now we're training with the big boys. And we're going to get there.
I mean, yeah, it must be great that you guys started at the same sort of time and you got to build and grow together. It's like anything, it's like teamwork. But then you come into the gym and you see guys like Kevin Larina and so forth. And at the time when you would have joined, Kevin would have, as he is now, would be the big man in the gym. What's it like training with him?
No, it's awesome, Aiden, and like you say, it's cool that I started with my teammate. Him and I are like brothers, and I actually started this gym through Kevin. Kevin introduced me to Peter. And he introduced me to all the boys here at the gym, and it's inspiring to train with them, especially Kevin, who set the path and set the way through from the bottom of South African boxing all the way up without any amateur pedigree. Luckily for me, I've got a few fights under my belt now in the amateurs. But like I say, it's cool to see how he went and the path that he took, and that's the path that I'll probably follow under Pete's guidance.
You told me off camera that you still feel like you're growing a little bit more and, you're going to increase weight right now, but, potentially light heavyweight when you turn pro?
100%, Hayden. I'm a late bloomer. When I was born about 4 months premature. I died 3 times, actually, when I was born, so I've been a little bit of a fighter since birth. But, we're growing, we're developing. I mean, I only started growing after matric. I shot up in length and size. Just the beginning of this year, I was only weighing 68 kilos. Now I'm weighing about 81 kilos, so we're growing, developing both mentally and physically, and I think probably the division we'll look at as light heavy, maybe like Pete says cruiser one day. We'll see. We'll see what happens.
All right, well, that's going to be exciting. For the people that haven't watched your amateur career and they're watching the channel and obviously it's all professional boxing that we cover, what's your fighting style like?
My fighting style is a bit of a Holyfield Tyson mix, like Pete teaches. I mean, I'm sure you've all seen Kevin fight and Keaton, similar styles. We like to bob and weave, slip, get under those punches.
Yeah.
And we like loading up with nice combinations. We don't sit on one punch like reliability. I don't try and knock someone out with one punch. I set it up nicely with footwork, head movement, moving my hips, and just having a good boxing mind.
I wanted to find out, apart from the fact that Kevin introduced you to Peter and the gym, what made you ultimately decide that this was the right professional gym for you?
From the get-go, yes, I think I joined this gym when I was 17. I'm 21 years old now. So from when I was young, I've been watching, Pete started a little YouTube channel, and I've been watching his videos on YouTube. Everything was like oh, Smith's gym. Everywhere I went, I spoke to guys, friends of my dad's. They were all like, no, Smith's gym's a good gym. So when I came here, the first day I came here, I had one session with Pete, and he already showed me so much that I didn't know. I was like, this is the one. This is the place I want to be.
All right, and looking forward to the end of this year. Do you have any more amateur fights, anything lined up?
I don't think I have any more amateur fights. There was a bit of a fallout with the amateur pedigree, if you want to call it. I was put on a Johannesburg team to go to Gauteng Championships, and then decisions were made behind my back for me, and I was taken off the team again. And even fighters that I beat, I mean, a guy I beat in February, I stopped him, I think, if I'm not mistaken, and he was put on the Johannesburg team. He went on to come second at Gauteng Championships, which I found very unfair. So for me, I'm done with the amateur pedigree. I'll move on to the pros. I'll keep training under Pete, getting good sparring. For me, that's the most important thing in boxing, is getting good sparring. And we're working with Sean and them. I go spar Tools this week. I'm going to go spar a few rounds with Tools. I've sparred with Isaac Chalemba. I've done a good few rounds with a lot of the pros, and you know, they help me a lot, and hopefully I try to help them as much as I can. And yeah, like I said, they give me good experience. So why go fight an amateur fighter that's going to teach me nothing when I can fight or spar with someone like Tools and all the boys there, you know, and they can teach me so much more. They know so much more.
Sure. I mean, that's exactly knowledge that I was talking about, like going in there with the pros and, you know, getting that experience. Your ambition of your entire career, if you're looking at it at a young age like you are now and seeing where you want to be one day, what does that look like?
I want to be world champion. I want to hold that green and gold belt. That's the biggest belt of them all, you know. Maybe one day hold all 4 main belts, but right now we have short-term goals to get experience, get good, or get better, should I say, and then go pro, win my pro fights here in South Africa, hopefully a SA title, from there move on to the international stage and win a world title. And maybe be cemented in South African boxing history. We'll see.
All right. So, is it a definite that you're going to go for pros next year?
Definitely. I've already registered. I'm waiting for the sparring. I wish it could come sooner. Yeah. I've been bothering BSA all the time, asking them, when's this happening? When's it happening? I want to know when it is. I want to get going now.
Yeah. Hopefully we get a board installed soon, so that that can speed up the process. Gary, just lastly, do you want to send the South African boxing public a message?
Yeah, I can send a little message to everyone. I would like to say humbly, for everyone to please watch out and keep a lookout for me. I'm gonna give it a good go. I want to say thank you to my team as well. I want to say thank you to my father. He's helped me from when I was a youngster to look at boxing maybe as a sport. They've kept me in sport my whole life. So yeah, everyone just keep a lookout for me. I'm coming.
Perfect. Thank you very much, and I'll see you next year, I guess.
100%.